Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another video, y'all. We are reacting to a new age of slavery. Now, this might get deep. I'm not gonna lie, because the way life is right now, it's definitely slavery for sure. Mental slavery, yes, indeed. What I would say though, I feel like slavery, none of it is good, but mental slavery is worse than physical slavery. That's what I'm gonna say. But I don't want to make this intro too long, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, the audio.
Actual slaves like during the Roman.
Hold on. I'm tweaking right now. Hold on. All right, now we're ready. Let's go and see what's going on here.
People in power have always loved slave labor, from actual slaves like during the Roman Empire, to the serfs of feudalism, to forcing prisoners to slave away digging ditches and building roads, like in the Soviet Union, all the way to enslaving people through loans and debts. Those in power love slave labor because it's the closest thing you're gonna get to an infinite money hack. You get to literally create wealth out of nothing, for no cost. And luckily today, we have a new form of slavery that is just as powerful.
Why I'm on social media? One reason. The art of being relevant. 100%. You never imagine what it is to watch your video go viral. I stayed up the whole night and watched it go viral, go boom, 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 boom. But I felt I was like in Atlantic City or Vegas with the jackpot like this.
Bella is addicted to social media.
This girl probably posts easy 10 videos a day. That's all she does.
10 videos a day.
This is my time. I'm 52 years old. This is my shot, you know? It's you got one shot, this is it.
Social media pays her nothing. She doesn't make a dime.
When I say I am on my phone, always, and let's just get this over with, I mean always. I have been on my phone at my grandmother's funeral.
Wait a minute. If you're not getting paid on social media, I'm sorry, bro. If you're not getting paid and you taking this like it's a job, bro, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta be getting paid.
Funeral where my relatives like turned around and were just like, put that away. But it was just a quick text.
Brandon cares more about his world inside of his phone than his friends, his family, and going to work.
Many of us spend more time on social media than we probably should, but for some users, sites like Facebook, Twitter, and yes, Instagram can become a troubling obsession, causing them to lose touch with reality.
I'd sit in my room for days at a time and just kind of be there, and I had nothing else to do except for just kind of curl up and go on social media.
Rea Villarreal takes us to a place where young people are getting help for their social media addiction.
Paradigm says its program, which includes therapy and reconnecting with the outdoors, has an 80% success rate. It can cost upwards of $50,000.
And the great thing about this new form of slavery is that people love it. The average American happily spends more than 4 hours a day on their phone. That's at least 10 years of your life spent staring at a phone screen. 10 years of your life spent laboring away for these social media and phone companies while they do not give you a dime in return. Today, it's no longer about whipping slaves into action. It's about sending the masses a simple push notification.
Facebook's most valuable asset is how well it knows you. Every post you like, every page you follow, every friend you make tells Facebook a bit more about who you are, and more importantly, what you buy or who you might vote for. Last year, Facebook made 98% of its revenue on advertising. That's $39.9 billion. Advertisers pay for those personal insights to make sure their messages reach the right audience.
Now, obviously, Facebook knows what its users buy when they click on ads from Facebook. But what most people don't realize is that they have ways of tracking your offline purchases as well. For many years, Facebook has had partnerships with data brokers that collected information about people's purchases. So, for example, if you buy a burrito with your credit card, Facebook could know about that transaction, match it with a credit card that you've added to Facebook or Facebook Messenger, and start showing you ads for indigestion medicine.
What started out as an exciting new invention has devolved into one of the worst inventions in modern times.
I think it's funny because I think there was way less worry about the democratization of phones and mobile phones, but in my opinion, it's like one of the worst things that could happen to our civilization. You know, we're all stuck on a small screen.
I am not a registered financial advisor, this video is not financial advice, and welcome to the new age of slavery. One startup that is trying to turn all of this around is called Mobile. They're the paid sponsor of this video. Full disclaimer and disclosures are on the screen now. But basically, Mobile built a real phone that you can buy in Best Buy, Walmart, and Amazon right now that pays you cash for using the phone. Yes, that is right. Instead of them trying to siphon and squeeze you for every penny they can like other companies, Mobile will pay you for things like shopping on your phone, banking on your phone, or even unlocking your phone. They've already paid out over $150 million in rewards to users, and the average redeemer earns about $30 to $40 a month. We're gonna talk about them more later, but the cool thing is that if you want to invest in Mobile and get in on this paradigm shift, you can with as little as $750 by going to invest.modemobile.com with the link below. Early backers are getting up to 70% bonus shares, and 12,997 shareholders already participated in previously sold out allocations. So don't wait, claim an exclusive 70% bonus at 16 cents a share before it's sold out too. As always with any investment, you can lose all your money, so do not invest more than you can afford to lose. Now back to the video.
This is what iPhone is, okay? So, we're gonna reinvent the phone.
The iPhone changed everything for Apple, but as Apple, you still had a dire problem on your hands. Sure, you were making new iPhones every year, sure, customers were lining up around the block for them, but as soon as someone bought one of your phones, you would stop earning money from them. You would make a bunch of money once a year during your launch, and then sales would slump. It's still a good business, but it could be better. So you started tracking everything people did on their phones, every app they downloaded, everything they searched for in the Apple apps they downloaded, where they live, the places they visited, their health information, who their family and friends are, all the articles they've read online, and all the books, music, and movies they downloaded onto their phone. All of it is monitored and sent back to Apple almost immediately. Because every action a user takes indicates something about them, if they downloaded books about farming and they visited websites about farming, that means they're the perfect candidate for ads about farming equipment. And boom, advertising was no longer a shotgun approach. And this changed everything. Within a week of someone using one of your phones, you knew more about them than their partners, parents, and probably even their therapists do. And advertisers ate it up. In 2022, Apple made more than $5 billion from its advertising business. And that number is set to reach at least $30 billion by 2026. And they're not even the biggest players. Android phones collect double the amount of data as Apple, while Google's operating system collects 20 times more. And yet none of these companies have to pay anything to their users in exchange for making them billions of dollars with this data. All of us are just willfully laboring away for free, and it didn't take long for the social media companies to jump on this gold rush.
Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
As a social media company, you knew just how big of a goldmine you were sitting on. Just by tracking what users did on your platform, you could determine their race, ethnicity, religious and political views, personality traits, intelligence, happiness, addictive behavior, and much more. So you needed to make social media as addictive as possible. So you went to the foremost experts on keeping people's attention, the casinos. Think about it, the business model of casinos is to keep people gambling for as long as possible. And to do that, they've come up with attention engineers. So you hired these attention engineers to see what strategies casino used that you could implement on your platforms. Colorful emojis, special sounds for when a post gets liked, and endless push notifications to get people to open the app. And these were just the starts. Everything from the infinite content loop to the pull to refresh feature on your main feed were all designed to keep people scrolling. And all this attention just fueled the data you had on people to where you were able to create the greatest advertising medium to have ever existed. Now, if you want to run an ad on Facebook, for example, you simply go into Facebook ads, and then you're able to specify the exact type of person you want to target. Everything from age, gender, location, all the way down to the most minute of interests. And because of this, in 2022, Facebook made a total of $116 billion from ads. $116 billion made off of the backs of users being glued to their screen, not being paid a single cent for it. And in that sense, this has become the biggest slave force in the world. And all these mega corporations like Facebook want you to think that this is the only way, that if you want to keep scrolling for free, you gotta give up your data for free. But what if this does not have to be the case? If your data is so valuable, if these companies are making billions of dollars off of it, shouldn't they be able to afford to pay you at least a little bit of money for your data, instead of us just slaving away for free for them? Well, as it turns out, this is definitely possible.
Bro looks so demonic, I'm not gonna lie. You do not look real. Just saying. Just saying.
Introducing
You do not look real. Zuckerberg. He's not a real person.
This is Mode Mobile. Mode Mobile built a real phone that you can buy in Best Buy, Walmart, and Amazon right now that pays you cash for using the phone. You can get paid for things like shopping on your phone, baking on your phone, or even just unlocking your phone. And I know it sounds weird, but they've paid out over $150 million in rewards to users already. And users can actually make a surprising amount of money from it. Here's how it works.
So EarnPhone is a phone that you could buy at a Walmart or Best Buy, Amazon, etc. It's an Android device, and what's unique about it is not necessarily the phone in itself. Like, hardware is a pretty commoditized business at this point, right? Like the iPhone came out 15 years ago, BlackBerry came out 20 plus years ago, and the first smartphones have been around for a while. So hardware isn't really changing all that much, right? So what differentiates our phone is really the software behind it. Basically, we've created a layer on top of Android that allows that phone to pay you for all these various activities. The way it works essentially is you have various different categories that you can earn on. It could be things like reading the news. It could be things like unlocking the phone, charging the phone, shopping, banking. Basically anything that you're going to do across the various apps, we'll reward you for the time that you spend on TikTok, the time that you spend on YouTube. We can basically reward you per minute that you do those activities. For things that we actually have advertising partnerships with, it could be a bigger reward, a smaller reward. But on average, we have some consumers that earn thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in a given year. We do large sweepstakes as well, so people win these big sweepstakes. But our average redeemer is probably earning about $40, $40 a month when they're using our service. But power users, they're earning hundreds, thousands in savings and earnings. And thus far, we've been able to facilitate about $150 million in earnings and savings back to consumers.
This is Dan Noves. He's the co-founder and CEO of Mode Mobile. And the cool thing is that if you believe in Mode Mobile's vision to turn the smartphone industry on its head, you can actually invest into Mode Mobile right now with as low as $750 by scrolling down and clicking the link below. Early backers are getting up to 70% bonus shares, and 12,997 shareholders already participated in previously sold out allocations. So don't wait, claim an exclusive 70% bonus at 16 cents a share before it's sold out too. And yes, Mode Mobile users are earning $1,000 to $10,000 a year right now as we speak. But how? How are they able to make this profitable?
I guess when people hear like you getting paid for certain actions like opening your phone or watching a video or whatever, how does that model work? Like, how are you able to do it, and why don't these other social media companies or phone companies do that?
The difference between how we approach it is we try and align value with the consumers, align value with the brands, which are also the advertisers, and that ultimately aligns value with us. And so an example of how that would work is, say you want to play a game, and a company like Candy Crush, they want people to go into their app, play their game, buy in-app purchases. So what we'll do is, instead of just saying, hey, go download Candy Crush and we'll pay you for the install, what we do is essentially we reward you per minute you play Candy Crush. And then over a 7-day period of time or a longer period of time, you build a habit. And that's ultimately aligns value with the advertiser. It aligns value with the consumer because they get a little bit of rewards for what they do. And aligns value with us because we take a percentage of that. We're just doing that across everything and every facet of your life, whether it's your banking, shopping, working out, everything that you do on a mobile device and the 40 hours that people spend on these devices and align interest. And when you can do that, you can create hundreds, thousands of dollars, back for consumers. And in the course of a lifetime, it really, really adds up.
Okay, so basically, if I'm getting this correctly, take Candy Crush, for example, the example you brought up. They know that if a user spends, let's say, an hour on the app, they know that on average, they're gonna earn like maybe $1 from them or something like that. So is your model like going to these companies and saying, hey, you're gonna make $1 every hour this person's on the app. So if we can get them on the app, can you pay us like 10 cents or something like that? Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, every unit economic's different. They have different, KPIs of what they're doing. But essentially, right, they know that, hey, if someone opens up our app X amount of times over the course of X amount of days, that person is more likely to develop a habit. And so what we'll essentially do is we'll align to those incentives, and they'll typically only pay us once we get to that milestone. Another example could be, with like a Robinhood trading account or something where, they want people to come in there, open up an account, deposit $5 and trade. And so we'll ask them like, how much are you willing to pay for that? And then they'll be like, hey, $100. And so we'll take that $100 and we'll give like, say 50 of it back to the consumer. And then now that person has $50 to trade with. Robinhood has a person that like completed a bank account, did a first trade, whatever their milestone was, and they have a new person, and then we take a percentage for creating that opportunity amongst advertiser and consumer, and we'll just do that across every facet of that person's journey on their device.
But if it is possible to pay users for the data like this, why doesn't Facebook do it? Why doesn't Apple do it? Why don't any of these other corporations do it?
I think that they don't have the incentive to do it, yeah, because fundamentally, you know, they have been able, I mean, everyone's watched like The Social Dilemma and these movies, and like they have built the dopamine addiction of the likes and the follows, and it's an addictive thing that people do. So at the end of the day, unless regulators step in, which they have in many cases, or things like the Apple, privacy ban for advertising, there is no reason for why they would need to do that if they already have that flywheel working.
So that's why Mode Mobile is taking on these behemoths. And they're not just stopping with their phone. Their vision is to get their Earn OS onto smartphones all over the world.
So that's kind of the thesis behind what we're working on here with Earn Phone is, yes, we created our own device and our own smartphone. It's for sale at all these places. But a future that I envision is Earn Phone as a category where we'll see things like Motorola Earn Phone, Nokia Earn Phone, Samsung Earn Phone, and we could power that technology for those Android manufacturers on those sub $150 devices, which happens to be about 6 billion devices around the world.
And if they're able to continue scaling like this, they're going to be helping a lot of people.
Today, about 1 billion smartphones are iPhones, and the other 6 billion are Android. And the vast majority of people today, 6 billion approximately, are earning less than $12,000 a year, which is a pretty crazy stat. 56% of Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings right now. And so when you think about that, there is a lot of people that are looking to make a little bit of extra money. And if you could take that attention and create that, you can unlock hundreds of billions of dollars back to people. And if you can create that value, it's $1 trillion market opportunity. And that's what we're doing here and creating Earn Phone as a category.
So that is why they're doing this public fundraise.
Yeah, so the thesis behind this public fundraise is because we really wanted to focus on bringing all of our consumers and turning them into owners and also opening up to the retail markets. We see it as an incredible way to spread this message around Earn Phone. We've also priced our shares at 16 cents a share, which allows people to take advantage with a very low minimum of only $750. And we give a tremendous amount of bonus shares depending on when you come in the round. At the end of the day, what we want to do is grow community. And, if you become a Mode earner, which doesn't take any cost, it's all is free, you can still take advantage and be a part of this movement.
But if you just want to make a little extra money on the side, you can pick up their phone right now.
It's about $99. I mean, the price kind of changes in that sense, but generally anywhere between $99 to $120. Or you can go to modephone.com. We have a subscription there where, every year we'll get you a new Earn Phone, essentially, and you become a part of our Earn Club, which allows us to unlock other earnings and savings.
I'm gonna have to check out some more of his videos. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more videos from him. That was a good video. Alright, I'm gonna go on and end it off right here. I want to know what you guys think of that. Put your comments in the put your thoughts in the comments. My bad. Put your thoughts in the comments on what you guys thought of that video right there. It was pretty interesting, man. Talking about how basically social media is definitely the new slavery, really, for sure. But I'm going to end it off right here. Sending peace, abundance, prosperity, all that good stuff your way, man. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.